when you're typing here, you're actually creating an HTML letter. But see how nice that is? Now, just so you know, you see I have two bars over here of icons at the top. There's the one where the red is, and a red arrow, and the one below it. When you first get into this, you're only going to have one row. And this is something that I learned a while back. Go all the way down to the right and see this little cog wheel. If you click on that, it's going to automatically open the second row with your paragraph font sizes and all that good stuff. And you need to have that. So click on that. It'll open that up, and you're all set. And just go ahead and type your message in right here. Type the entire message. Now, what I normally do, because I don't like to hit the wrong button, not that I ever do that, but I like to type my entire letter on, on a document, a word processor or something like that. And Microsoft Word is what I use. And then I just, once the letter's all done the way I like, I just copy it and paste it in here, okay? Now, just so you know, when you go to paste something in here, if you go to paste it right on the white part, it won't work. You actually have to hit the, the file or the edit up here where you usually find the paste. What is it? I believe it's file. Again, this is a picture. It's hard to say, but click on there, and when it says paste, you go ahead and paste it, and boom, it'll put it right in. So that's how you paste it in there. Now, once it's on there, like you have it here, now you can go ahead and hit bold. You could change your font size, change your change the font, change the size. You can bold it, italic it, underline it, do whatever you like, okay? Now, keep in mind, especially if it's a long letter, when people read letters, they don't read every word of the letter. Most people scan read, okay? So they're going to be, looking here, looking there, looking there. So it's neat to be able to capture, or it's good to be able to capture people's attention. And the most important points, do something, use some of these things. You can make this word bold, another word you can underline it, something really important, make it all caps. So use some of these things, not every other word, but maybe every paragraph should have one or two important parts of the paragraph. So as people are scanning their eyes, they're going to go ahead and see all those things. And I've said this many times in almost everything I teach, the most or the second most important thing of any letter is the PS. People always seem to read a PS at the end of the letter, of course, just like they do the first line, okay? So have a good punch at the beginning and make your PS a action type thing, a call to action, something that, that they're going to do, something that's important. What is it you want? What's your call to action of each page? So go ahead and make that up. When you're all done, okay, what you're going to do is, if you want to have this in plain text, just copy everything you have here and then click on plain text, and it's going to go to the plain text area, so you can do that. Now, before I'm finished everything, I always click on test message. Now, you can test the message without any problem, but you have to send it to your own email. So you click on that and hit test message, and it'll ask you, a box will pop up saying go into what email. You put in your email, go check your mail, and you're going to see exactly how your client's going to see it. Test all your links, because any links you put in here, when you put the link in, what you're going to be doing is clicking on this little link button up here and then putting in your link and hitting enter. So it's a clickable link. All the letters here in HTML are clickable links, but check them. I've had times where people got the letters and they clicked on the link and it didn't work. Oh no, you can lose a lot of money that way. So check your links, check everything on the letter before you send it. Check your spelling, check as much as you can. And once you're set with it, then you can go forward. And you would click next step and continue. So, oops. Once you're done your letter, of course, you would continue, and it will take you back over here, asking you if you want to do another autoresponder. Okay. So you have your first letter. If you're going to make another one, it's going to come 2 days later. Okay. You can click 2. Again, your campaign name. So you're going through the whole process all over again. And then you create your next autoresponder. Now, your campaign emails. I'm going to give you what kind of emails do you put in these autoresponders. I'm going to give you a few ideas or an idea right here. Keep your letters simple and to the point. Remember, you're not selling your letters. You're selling the program, okay? You're selling the videos. So keep the letters simple. Basically, these letters that you're going to be getting once they purchase the product, the letter that they're going to be getting let's say every month, is simply a letter letting them know, here's the product, okay? So this one here, hi John, thank you for your purchase. To begin right away with lesson 1, please click here. Now that click there, when you write it, that's when you would go on that little link and click there. You put in, when you go to that link, you can make the word click here linkable to the URL where the product is being delivered, okay? You'll receive another email in exactly 1 month from today with the link to your second lesson. Okay, so this is for your 12 monthly lessons. That's how they're going to know when their lessons are coming in and where they're coming in. That's how you link from one lesson to the next. So before you make all these letters, make sure you know where the links are going to be. Again, if you only, at this point, if you've only done 3 months, then you're only going to make 3 letters ahead anyways. Make more letters as you get the other lessons up. Enjoy the lesson. Have a spectacular day. Your name, and when I say contact information, well, these people are buying a product from you, so make it easy for them to contact you if they need to. So I would put an email address in there, or if you have one of those contact email forms, you know, put something clickable so they can get a hold of you if they need to. Now let's talk about automation, okay? Automation is, remember when I was talking about a funnel where basically when somebody buys something, they're taken off the old list and put on a new list, okay? That's automation. You don't have to worry about this. Once you set it up, the autoresponder will take care of this with everyone. So we're going to talk with the automation how to change from one campaign to another to create a sales funnel, which I'll talk about in a second. Once the sale is successfully completed, your client is changed from the general lead campaign. So that's the campaign where they wanted to get your free material and they're listening to all your sales letters. Okay, those are all your prospects, but nobody's bought yet. Once they buy, this automation will take them out of that general pond, and it'll put them in a preferred sales list or preferred email list, which are going to send them different kind of emails because these now are buyers. They're not prospects, that people that have already bought, so you know they like your product, and they're more inclined to buy more products. You're putting them in another whole list. This campaign consists of your preferred clientele. That's what I just said. Many of your future sales will come from this list. It's as if you're funneling them into a preferred group or preferred association, okay? And the nice thing about it, if they bought your site and you decide later to make, let's say, you want to take all your videos or all your audios and you want to have them transcribed into print and you make a book with it, these people are probably going to buy it. Or if you're making, let's say you have a video and you decide to include audio and your printed materials on the same site and make it a bigger course, the thing is, if they like it, they're probably going to buy something more expensive or less expensive or anything similar to it. Because once people like something, they want more of it. So this is your preferred list, their goal, so treat them well. All right, going back to the dashboard. Okay, here's how we do the automation. You go back to the dashboard, go all the way back to your campaigns. This is a list of all the campaigns you just made. Go all the way down the bottom, and you simply click on automation. Isn't that simple? Once you click on the automation, it's going to take you here. It says automation. That's how you know you're on the right site. Isn't that cool? Okay. Now down here it says add automation rule. Choose a rule. These things about having you go from one site to another, or when you subscribe for this or that, they're all considered rules. So down here it has all the rules. Now this page again I can only clip so much with my my clipping tool for this picture, but this is just 3 rules. As you go down, there's an awful lot more rules. But luckily the one we're interested in is rule number 2, which is move on sale. You see it says here another possibility is to have your contacts moved from one campaign to another once a sale is made. For example, a contact can be automatically removed from your advertised campaign and added to another campaign for a particular product. Okay, that's what we're talking about. All these descriptions, by the way, are there. This isn't something I typed. This comes with the GetResponse. So you click on this, and you're going to see the rule that says move on sale. You click on that, and it'll ask you what campaign it's for. You click on what, that's actually at another place, but you're going to see what campaign it's for, and then you click add rule. Once you add the rule, it knows that when somebody goes on that campaign, once they buy the product, take them off the general and put them in the purchase product group. Now, another reason you want to do that, if you're sending out an email every week or every couple days to try to get your general clientele to buy your golfing product, and somebody bought your golfing product, guess what? If you don't get them through the funnel, they're going to keep on getting emails every couple days to buy the golfing product. Eventually, they're going to get upset with you, and they may even unsubscribe to your email. So now, when you want to sell something different, they're not on your list anymore.
Okay,
so you can lose money by not doing that. And that's why they call it a funnel, because the more they buy, the more you're funneling them, or you're focusing on them. The funnel gets tighter and tighter and smaller.
Their daily
walk
takes them through the woods to a nearby neighborhood that sits on a river. Here, the elephant normally takes
so let's go ahead and talk about how to put everything together. We've spoken about buttons. We've spoken about the capture forms, how to change the automation and the letters. So we start out, if you remember last week's, and you can go back and review this later on, but in last week's lesson we spoke about these different pages. So here's how it should all fit together. Number one is your free content page. Okay, your free content page, which is right over here, also has your capture page or your capture box on it. So let's say this blue thing is the page, and somewhere's on it, maybe the small right-hand corner, you're going to have the opt-in capture box. So what is this for? It's a capture box for free content. So what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and enter their name and their email address, which gives you the name and email address and your automation to start sending letters. But the first one is going to send them right here to the free content page. So this goes into their email, says, gives them an email saying, please click here for the free content. Boom, and they're going to go here for the free video, information, ebook, whatever it is you're giving free. But that's where that 7 to 10 automated letter starts. That was letter 0. And if you have letter 1, then tomorrow they're going to receive another letter 3, and 2 days they're going to receive another one. So just reminding them and telling them about new things you have. Each one should tell them a little bit about the product until they buy. So over here, they're on the free content page. Now, once they watch, it could be anywhere from a half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, but something that is good, something that they're going to learn from, something that will edify them, answer their problems, give them a solution. Once they've watched that, they're really happy with it, they like it, they might even share it with their friends. You have something at the bottom, a little button. It could be even a sentence in bold. Click here for more. Or if you like what you saw, click here to get more. So you would have a button, and that button is basically just a button or a link that when they click on it, it takes them to this next web page, which is your sales page, okay? So this isn't an opt-in form. This is just a button that you put on your free content page somewhere. Click here for more, or you can make it any way you want, but the whole idea is when they click on the button or the link or anything, it brings them to this page here, okay? And all you're doing is making a clickable link. Now your sales page, we spoke about the sales page last week and the week before, all the things that should go in it, so I'm not going to tell you how to build a sales page. But once they go through the sales page and they like what they see, they like all the benefits, and you have to have all your benefits on there. You could even have a video on the sales page, not with as much information as the free content, but explaining what you're doing to, again, video does sell 33% more than pages without video. Okay, so if you put a video on that page, it'll help it so the page doesn't have to be so long. But if you're going to make a video, make it exciting, make it interesting. Don't make them bored. And at the bottom of the page, your Buy Now button. That's where you're going to have your price. It's going to be your PayPal button, your automation button, where they're going to get the subscription. So there's the Buy Now button at the bottom. When they click on the Buy Now button, of course, they're gonna pay for it and all that good stuff. Go through the PayPal process, where when they click on the PayPal button, they can use any one of their credit cards. And because some people say, well, I don't have a PayPal account. They don't need one. They can use any credit card as well. And that will automatically take them to your thank you page. Now remember the thank you page? You had the choice of the one that came with GetResponse, or you had the choice of one that you created on your own, okay? Oops, I jumped ahead here. So on the thank you page, this is where you're going to have your second opt-in box. So this is 2 different campaigns. Over here you have campaign 1, which is for your new people to get their names to start trying to sell them the product. And then once they bought it and came to the thank you page, here's campaign number 2. So you're making 2 campaigns. Now campaign number 2 is the one that's going to deliver the products each month to them or each week to them, depending if it's a monthly or weekly product. That's where they're going to get letter 1, which was similar to the letter I just showed you. Hi, thank you for purchasing. Click here to get your first lesson. You'll be getting another letter like this in exactly 1 month for your second lesson, so they know. So that's the thank you page. That's how the product is delivered. So remember, there's 2 different campaigns going on here. This is the one to get them to buy. Once they bought this one, they were kicked off the first one, or the first one ended, and they're in a whole new campaign. So they're not getting double the emails. Okay, now this isn't a page. This is just showing you with your autoresponder. Okay, we spoke about this just a second ago. Campaign number 2, letter 1, tells you that your product is waiting for you in your email. And basically, when they go to the email, they're going to see that letter. And then they click on the link there in the letter, and it takes them right here to purchase product month 1. So that's the expert with the first lesson, or your lesson if it's a course that you made yourself. Okay, now on this page, this is kind of interesting here. Okay, so on this product page, you're going to have your letters from campaign number 2. Okay, letter 2 brings them to your second product, and letter 3 brings them to the third product. So campaign 2 is going to keep on delivering all the products. However, remember last week I told you when we spoke about security, for those of you that aren't going to put like a major security thing in there, you're just going to hide the page, but it can still be shared like a magazine. For people that share your product because they like it, if it's about golf, you show them how to make a hole-in-one every time. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm not much of a golfer, But if you had something really great and they decide they want to share it with their friends and they send them that web page, somewhere on the web page you're going to have a small capture form, okay, an opt-in form, which is campaign 1 again, the first campaign, and you're going to have something to similar in words saying, want more like this? Click here. And when they go to that, excuse me, not click here, but you want more like this, enter your name and email here. So it's the same campaign number 1 that you did initially. But this is for people that already saw your product, it was shared with them, and they want more. So when they click there, what's it going to do? It's going to take them back to the free content page. This is your initial one that took them here. And over here, this is product 1. So if they're starting over somebody brand new, they're taken there. You see how the whole process is starting over again? So they get another free lesson. So they get 2 free lessons out of it. It takes them back to the sales page, and if they buy, they can start all over. See how that works? Now on lesson 2, if somebody doesn't share lesson 1, doesn't share lesson 2, but let's say lesson 3, for instance, they decide to share that one because they really like it. The same thing, each one of these has that capture box in case it gets shared. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Somebody that's already bought the product, it says this is for someone who hasn't bought the product, okay? So if you're new and you haven't seen this and you like more, click here to get more free. And they get in the next lesson and they can buy it. So this is a good way to increase sales without even having to do any advertising. So going back to here, you go for month 1, month 2, month 3, and of course that goes to month 4. And same thing, I get the capture form so for people who haven't bought it. Month 5, this is bringing them to month 6. So you get 2 different campaigns. One is just delivering it through the autoresponder letter. The other one is the capture form to get them to buy, okay? And that goes all the way down to 8, month 9, month 10, month 11, and yes, month 12, if you're doing a 12-month product. Not every product's going to be 12 months. Some of them you might only have enough for 8 lessons, so it could be an 8-month product. If it is, make sure you advertise it as an 8-month product and not a 12-month, okay? So now when you get all the way to lesson 12, again, you have other options. You should have something for these people to buy once they've finished, because these are loyal clients that paid monthly for 12 months, okay? You're going to get a lot more money from these than just from people who have never bought. So this is where you can either upsell a product or downsell a product. So if you have something different, similar to the golfing one, something that these golfers might like, sell a product going to that. It might be another membership site. Maybe by this time you had so much business with this membership site, you wanted to make another one having to do with golf. Let them know about it, okay? You can sell it to them on month 12, or even it could be done anyways along the way. You can get them on month 9 and give them like a pre-sale, you know, and when you're over, we have this product. You can start it early if you want right now for 10% off or 20% off, okay? So you can have ads here and there, or you can just put an ad in month 9, 10, and 11, preparing them for month 12, letting them know they're going to have this big product. Or you can maybe sell the transcripts, or you can sell a course. Maybe you have another 4 or 5 experts that you didn't get a chance to put in this membership site, put them all together and offer it as a course. So you can see these people that have already bought, there's a lot of options to get them to continue to buy. Maybe you have something that's not even having to do with golf. Maybe you've made several others by now, one for cooking, one for dog training. Let them know about it, because they obviously like your style, they like the way you interview, or they wouldn't have stayed with you for so long, okay? And from that, that's basically how to put the pages all together. Then the next thing you need to do is to test them. Very important that you test your product before you put it out there. Please don't just put it out there without trying it, so you know that it works. Make sure with the website, make sure all the pages are in order, that they're all going to the right place. Do a trial run as if you were a client, or have somebody else do it, a friend, family member, okay, without the purchase if you want. Even if you do it with the purchase, okay, with ClickBank, once you, let's say you purchase it yourself for $20, I mean, it's worth $20 to make sure this thing works without a snag, but once it's all done, just refund the $20 to yourself, and you can do that. There's a refund button where you can get all the money back, all the fees and everything. It cancels it out. So it's a great way to know that it works. Now, don't do that on a regular basis. I'm sure PayPal and no company is going to like refunding money over and over. So do it once, twice tops, okay? If you're doing it with somebody else's name, that looks better than you refunding your own money every time. Okay, so you got the website. You want to test the freebie. Click on the opt-in box to ensure it's delivered, that they get the freebie, because there's nothing worse than people saying, I didn't get the freebie. What are you, a scam? You know, and people will say that kind of stuff. It's unbelievable how they feel like you wasted their money when you give them a free product. Okay, it's free, but make sure it works. And if they're having a hard time getting it, help them out to get it. And make sure once they get the freebie that name is captured on your list too. Again, you need to get the name. That's why you're giving the freebie basically. It's, you know, you're giving them a product to receive their name and their information so you can tell them about your product. Now you have the right to speak to them. Make sure the purchase button works. Click on it to make sure it pops up. Like I said, you could test it and refund it to yourself. The delivery pages, delivering each monthly product, each weekly product, okay? Send it to yourself first to ensure it's delivered as intended, okay? You might want to do that right away so you're getting yours like a few days before the clients would get theirs, because if you don't get yours, they're probably not going to get theirs either. So make sure it works. On your delivery pages of the products, all the embedded videos or audios or whatever you're having, click on them to make sure they work. Occasionally we have people calling for our course, oh, this video didn't work, that video didn't work. Well, we know they all work because we check them quite often. So when they're not working, I could confidently say, I'm sorry, it is working. Could you check your computer with this? Is your viewing program, whatever you're using, updated? The nice thing about it, most of the time we're using YouTube. So YouTube videos, we know they're working. You see what I mean? If they say the sound isn't working, well, sometimes YouTube will send a video where the sound is off. It's almost like a default thing, or the sound is down. So tell them if they say the sound isn't working, it's not anything you did. It's a YouTube video. Of course the sound works. So you might want to say, click on the volume to make sure it's on. And oh, matter of fact, I did that myself last week. This video is not working. Lucas said, turn on the volume. Okay, did I feel weird? So just check it. So make sure they are working, so when you tell the people it is working, you're right, okay? And that's pretty much it about testing it. So that brings us to the summary. Congratulations. By now, once you've completed this, you have a completed product, a completed membership site there's basically, you're a publisher, okay? And if you use experts, well, you're an expert by default. You're still a publisher. You're publishing their stuff, whether it be video, audio, or print. So once your pages are put together and linked with the autoresponder, the capture boxes, the letters, everything is all set, it's time to market and to start making some money. Okay, and that's what we want to do. So if you're not up to this point already, please get to this point. This is what you're waiting for. This is where you're going to make your money back. Inside, depending on, with the advertising, if you stick with us, within a week or two, you're going to make all your money back and then some. Okay, and that's the whole idea. Your assignments for the week are to create and insert your payment buttons, to create your autoresponder campaigns. You don't have to make them for every single month for the delivery, for at least how many months you have. Now, just so you know, when you do the autoresponder campaigns, once somebody runs to the last letter, once they got the last letter, they're off that campaign and they automatically go to the new one. So like there's your initial automated campaign, and once they get, let's say if you put 6 letters, once they go through the 6th letter, they stay on the campaign, but the automation is done. Then they're just there for you to send newsletters. So let's say you only have 3 products done and you made 3 letters and you haven't extended that, and somebody's into their 3rd month, well, guess what? When you put the 4th one in, they're not going to get it because they were knocked off that automation. This is why I say you should be ahead about 3 months, and within the next month, keep it going. You want to keep ahead a month. Otherwise, you're going to lose them from the automation. They can still get their product, but they're going to complain to you, and you're going to have to take them off the program, and you're going to have to re-sign them up. And, if they're not really high on your product, you might lose the sale before you can do all that. So if you have three months, within 2 months, get your 4th one on there. Okay, so keep them ahead a month so you don't knock them off the automation. I found this out the hard way, by the way. Okay, so create your opt-in boxes and install them into your pages. Again, try to get similar colors so they look good. It's a very small thing, but put it someplace where it's clearly seen. Create your automated letters for delivery and for those who have not yet purchased. So the ones that have not yet purchased, again, the 2nd letter will talk a little bit more about it. Just keep on trying to feature the benefits. What's the benefit to them? Over-deliver as much as you can. Install your information products on the delivery pages. And again, test everything thoroughly to make sure it works. Okay, and now we are all set for questions and answers. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually looking at these questions here, and I want to see what you have. Let's see. This one here says, I'm looking to create 5 30-minute videos that I'd like to offer 1 a week for $9.99 each, or all 4 for $45. Is that doable or complicated? Well, it is doable. Matter of fact, I have a lot of programs like that. It's $50 a month and $250 if you're going to buy it. You give a lower rate if they're going to purchase it all at once. But the thing with this is, if you're going to make 5 30-minute videos, and you're going to offer it at a discount, let's say, to buy it all at once, you're going to have all 5 videos made in advance. Because again, when you're doing it month to month, you can put up the site even after 3 videos. But if they go ahead and click the I want it all at once, you got to have the whole product for them. So keep that in mind. Is it doable? Yeah, it's doable. It's not a problem at all. It's actually very easy to sell a one-time product. You're not going to use the same button when you go to PayPal. Instead of using the subscription button, you're going to actually use a one payment button. So it's very simple. It's actually easier to make the button, and all the money goes to your account, so everything's right there. Instead of having an autoresponder that delivers it each month, you're going to have your autoresponder. It's going to be just like the first lesson, but that's everything. Okay, so boom, it's all right there. And again, they're in the preferred letter. You still do the automation where you funnel them through and they bought your first product. Once the automation is done, give them a while. Give them a few days to enjoy the product first, okay? But after that, you can actually go ahead and start selling them other products as well. Okay, let's see what else we have here. How about if I decide to use one of the other autoresponders? Is it the same? Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, using the autoresponders, they pretty much work very similar. You're going to put them together the same process I showed. I mean, they might have a different process to build them, but it's going to be the same kind of a process, okay? Again, if you have a lump sum product, I mean, you don't even have to have an autoresponder, okay? And another thing that I was just thinking of that as we're talking is if you have a lump sum product, when they get into the PayPal button, instead of linking them to just a thank you page going to an automated, get response letter, when they click on the pay button, remember when you made the pay button that asked what URL you want them to be forwarded to? Instead of forwarded to the thank you page, just have them forwarded to the sales page, wherever you have the product. It's all going to be on one page. So that gives you an idea what you can do with that. And if there's any other questions, please go ahead and type them in. I'm looking to see if there's anything else on here. Let's see if there's anything else from you folks. Don't be bashful. Let's see. When can we start making more money? Making money, okay. Well, get everything done. If you have everything done, next week we're going to start out by showing you how to make money, and we're going to show you some quick ways to get into it. And as we go over the next few weeks, we're going to have a lot of different ideas. I have roughly about 30 different marketing techniques. You can use all of them and use the ones you like best. Make sure you bring your notepad. We're going to be going fast, but we're going to be covering a lot of really good ones. And so you should be able to make money. If your product is done, I could see you making it within the week. I know some of the products I've made, the day I put it up, because I did my get response and sent it out, I made money to cover everything, usually within the, the first day, well within the first day, So depending on what you're selling it for, I think this one here, the gentleman's doing it for $9.95. I have mine are going anywhere from $10 to actually $100. I've had some as high as $200. So again, it doesn't take too many of those to make a nice profit. So with that, let me see any other questions on here. Oops, I'm sorry. We're ready to sign off, and I see another one. How many emails can you send at the time with an autoresponder? How many members can you have? Okay, interesting question. How many emails can you send? Well, you can send pretty much as many as you have on there. I mean, I've sent upwards of 50,000 in one letter. So you can send quite a few, but just so you know, the more emails you have, the price of the autoresponder comes up. But once you're getting into 50,000 emails, you're not really worried about the price of the autoresponder. It's still pretty low. So you can send as many as you like. How many can you have? You can have quite a few, but chances are you're not going to have all these people on one autoresponder campaign. We have about, I think, probably about 15 or 20 different campaigns. Again, having to do with the funnel. We have some that are on the campaign for past life regression, some on hypnosis, some on marketing, some on passive income. So, so depending on what they're in, some of them are getting different free products to sign up for different things. The nice thing is when you get to making, to sending out, what am I looking for? Newsletters. So once they're off the automation, you're sending, let's say, a monthly newsletter or a weekly newsletter. When you decide to make the letter and you go to print it, okay, the newsletter is going to give you a choice. It's going to show you all the campaigns, and it's going to say which campaign would you like to send these letters out to. And you just click, the campaign. There's like a little button beside each campaign. You click on the button of the box beside each campaign, and it'll show you how many. So if you have a campaign with 1,000 people, it'll show you 1,000. If you want to do 1,000, you'll have 3,000. So that way you're sending them out to all the right people. So you don't have to send a letter on golfing to all your campaigns, or some of them are on marketing, dog training, and something like that. You can just send the letters just to the golfing ones, or just to these. And you can send as many as you like. It doesn't matter how many letters, how many you're sending out, to how many people. Again, you don't want to bombard them too much. When you're starting out, the automation, every other day is good. But after they've gotten that first, let's say, 7 to 10 automated letters, and they get into the general pool of the newsletters, space it out. You know, twice a week's okay, 3 times, get in there, but don't do too many. Especially don't do a sales pitch on all of them. I mean, give some content. Make one letter, maybe giving us some information, another one a little bit, a little bit of information, and maybe a partial sale, and then the next one a sale. I mean, you can put sales things on the bottom of a nice content one, but make it small. You know, I just put out a letter with a nice article last week, and all I did was put a couple links at the bottom, not even selling something, and we got quite a few hits on those links for people to check out the store and this and that. So it's kind of nice, and that was a content one. Now, when we put out a sales one, people won't be sick of the sales because they're also getting content. So they're going to want to see what you have. So that's all I have for questions. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I will see you all next week. So let's get caught up on our products. Have a great night.